Okay, so my daughter said last night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, that she was woke up by a very strange noise. It wasn't a dog, it wasn't any of the critters that she's used to, by her bedroom window. She's in a deep sleep, but it was pretty loud. She's surprised it didn't wake us up. So, out here we do have fox, we have the possum, we have the coons. She's pretty familiar with all of them except fox. Their noises and things that they do. And I'm not real familiar with them either. I've never gotten close. I mean, we've seen a few, but... So I'm just going to head out back, take a peek at all my critters, make sure that everything looks intact. We do have a live trap set out back for coons and possums. Of course, with fox, you're not going to be able to use a live trap. You basically have to use one of those, I forget what they call them, catch them by the paw or the leg. They snap, they hurt them. And then they could suffer, and we don't like that. That's why we really haven't done much. Okay, everything out here looks good. We'll go back where we have the problem. We usually don't have a problem up by the house. That's why it kind of confused me. And that it was right by her window. But that side of the house, there's a couple shade trees. We have our hammock. We have a swinging chair. But we're not over there a lot, so there's not a lot of our scent over there. Not this time of year anyway. It's usually later in the summer that we have our cookouts and we use the picnic table and stuff over there, but it's just too chilly right now. It's kind of cold this morning. It said 60-some degrees today. So let's hope it warms up. There's the ducks pool. We mow all this back pasture, but when we get up to here, we're going to have the pigs out here. So we've got the hog panels. We've got them separated into different bundles where we're going to go. Okay. We got nothing in the live trap. We had a coon, I don't know, last week. We dispensed that, and we haven't had anything since. Because the coon, this is the holding pen for, usually for what we're going to process. But right now, what we have in here are, well, we had more, our old laying hens that are starting to stop laying. So these were my originals that I got a couple, 3 years ago. They were Ariconas. We ordered them, and that's how we got started. Ordered 25, and I've been hooked ever since. And we have just grown and grown. So the boy is a new rooster. So we had him in there hoping that maybe we could get some more eggs here and there and hatch from our original girls, and we knew for sure that it was our original girls. Because, you know, when you're in a hen house and you've got them all in there, you're collecting eggs. You don't know for sure which ones lay which. You just know the Easter eggers are green, you know the Rhode Island Reds are brown, but you don't know exactly which chicken laid it. So we put them out here hoping to get a few more eggs so that I could have at least some offspring from my originals, but we've only had 1 or 2, so not really enough to put in the incubator by itself, and I really don't want to incubate another batch of 100 eggs. I have plenty of chicks to sell. I've got plenty of things to do. So I'm not seeing that we've had any critters out here. Sometimes, you know, we can walk through the grass and we can find, like the other day we found some, it looked like droppings from a fox. Well, looks like my turkey's good. Tom is good. I don't know if you can see her in there, just in the door. I have a broody turkey who is, I'm not getting any eggs unless they're outside, which there's one outside right now. If the other girls lay inside the house close to her, she just takes her wing and grabs them eggs and puts them under her. So we're just going to let her do her thing, because hatching out turkeys is not as easy as I thought it would be. Turkeys are more sensitive, they're more delicate, and turkeys are just, I hate to say this, but they're just dumb. They're dumb. It takes me days to teach them how to go over and drink water and eat food. And by then, their yolk sac reserve is gone. And if they haven't picked it up, they will literally starve to death. Because I work. So, you know, my daughter tries through the day. I try through the evening. It just is not fun with turkeys. And this is what I got left of my adult ducks. I was very disappointed one night. One night we forgot to lock them up. We forgot to put them in their house. So you can imagine what happened. I had two Pekings and 3 khaki Campbells. I had a boy and girl Peking, and then I had the 2 hens and the Drake khaki Campbells. Well, we must have had a fox come through that night that we didn't put them up, because the next morning I found my Peking female laying dead out here in the pasture. I saw something white. I come running, and there she was. She had just been bitten and left to die. Then both my Drakes, my Campbell and my Peking Drake, gone. I saw no signs of anything, just gone. No feathers, nothing, just gone. Which tells me, and they fought to the end to protect their girls. Bless their hearts. I felt so bad. I almost cried on that one. I felt so bad because that was my fault. And as someone with critters, whatever happens, you know, you forget. One night you forget to go to the back pasture and get these people in, these little critters in. They could be gone, and it's your fault, and you have to own that, and you have to realize that you can't do that crap. You have got to be responsible. You've got to take care of your critters. So, tough lesson learned. I felt so bad. See, this is the second time I've done that. That's why I'm kicking myself in the butt so hard, because that's the second time I've done that, and my animals have paid for my mistake. So, Lord, I hope I learned my lesson. I hope I don't do that again, because I felt so bad. So I'm just gonna, these girls are out early. They always come out first. They're the ones that we raised. I forget which mama. Oh, it was our Banny White mama. She hatched them and raised them, so they're kind of out separate from the others because they're just now laying eggs. And whenever the others are around them, they get kind of mean. So yeah, this is our messy area. But this takes us in. This is our chart we use. I don't know if you can see that, but this is how we keep track of the rabbits, who we bred, when they're due, when their nest boxes go in. I try to keep this updated. See, I'll kind of come in so you can see. Like if you look at Friday, that's June. Red is June. Blue is May. If you look at that, you can see that Charlie is due on Friday the 3rd. Her next box goes in. It's written in blue. May the 31st. So that's how I keep track. And if the calendar, if we just bred and they're not on the calendar, the days aren't there yet, I just put it to the side. And then as I get the months updated, we put it on. That is my Buckeye supposed to hatch her eggs. She's broody inside the hen house. So as you can see, we've got lots of rabbits at the beginning of May that need a box and that are going to have babies. Let's go on in and check things out, make sure everything's fine.
New babies.
We got new babies? Who had her babies? Michael's already in here checking things out. That's great. We've got several nest boxes in right now waiting for babies. Oh, Sarah, our great big girl, had her babies. Sarah's new to us, and she's a huge chinchilla. We're going to need light, Michael. Okay. So these are Sarah's. Now, we were told when we bought Sarah, she came with another one that we got that was a white American chin. No.
Sarah didn't. She come from Grove.
Okay, she came from that
Looks
farm
like
with the
5.
children, didn't she? Okay.
Yeah. Looks
Well,
like
we've
5.
got some whites in there.
Yeah.
Interesting. She's got 5, but they're huge, Michael.
Yeah.
Wow. So she had hers last night. We were interested to see what she would do because she's a big fat girl. I was worried she was too big and that she wouldn't take because she had too much fat around her. But she did. Cleaning out the nest box. You got to get in there. You got to clean out what Mama doesn't get cleaned up. You got to make sure things are dry. You got to make sure the babies are safe and they're intact. And you got to make sure Mama looks good and she's acting right. So, and okay, so this is Stella checking on her. She just had her babies last night too. So look at them little things. It looks like we got some blacks. She don't have any brokens.
5 of them.
5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little wiggles. It looks like her box is pretty clean. Doesn't look too bad. She's up and moving, looking good. All right. Well, I haven't found anything. Haven't found anything in the pasture. Haven't found anything in the barn. Haven't found anything that my daughter was talking about was making noises. I don't see any tracking through the yard. So I'm just going to go to make sure. I'll go to the side of the house. I'll check out, see if I see anything. It'll make her feel better anyway. It's probably just fox going through, making noise and hooping and hollering because they couldn't get to my critters. So this is the side of the house. We have shade trees, so there's not a lot of grass over here. We've got our picnic table. We've got our hammock. You know, this is where we come and have our picnics and stuff when the weather's warmer. Her bedroom window's right here. These 2 windows, this back section is all her bedroom, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing some chicken poop on the ground. But she definitely heard it. It woke her up. And it's not uncommon for critters to cut through and come this side of the house just because we're not over here much and there's not a lot of our smells here. So it's kind of a neutral area. We've had stray cats come through that were in heat that have really made some noise and woke my daughter up and my granddaughter. So just interesting. Man, it's chilly, and I've got a sore throat and a cold. Isn't that nice? This beautiful weather, cold at night, halfway warm through the day. Looks like my silver duck wings are fine. We're good. Everything's secure on the homestead. Everybody's safe and looks fine. Got my plum trees. They're just a couple years old, so it'll be a while. Got my Rose of Sharon starting to bloom out. These I brought from Indiana with me when I moved here to marry Michael. My mother had a Rose of Sharon at her house. My mother has Alzheimer's end stage. She's in a nursing home now, back in Indiana. Alzheimer's is a pitiful thing. It's a horrible thing to watch a loved one go through that. Anyway, these seeds I started when I lived in Indiana years ago. Well, I listened to all the noises of the farm. You guys, I'm going to have a beautiful day. I'm off today. Michael's off today. We're going to go get feed. We're going to do some running around.